Yo, what's good? First, hello, how are you? I hope you're well. Kitmanaman, it's time for another video. For the World Cup, I asked you lot on social media for some of your hot takes on what was going to happen in the World Cup. The World Cup is over and Argentina are champions. Messi has got his World Cup title. The only one thing that he's been missing in his career is he's won absolutely everything else. He's the GOAT. Not up for debate no more. Let's have a look at some of you guys' hot takes and see if they were correct. The first one was from Football Shirts 101. Serbia have a really strong side and will be difficult to get past, but they have a tough group to get past. Serbia were trash. They drew one game, they lost all the rest. That hot take gets like a 1 out of 10. Rafael Leao will outshine Ronaldo. I suppose while we're here talking about Portugal, already mentioned Lionel Messi being a GOAT, we do need to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. I do feel sorry for him a little bit. No, actually quite a bit actually. He really is a generational talent. He really is one of the two greatest footballers to play in his generation. And the guy's work rate, determination, skill, desire, and everything is just different to anyone else's. The geezer's worked so hard to become such an elite player and to do it for so many years, for so many different teams. I think all of the stuff that went on with Man United with the Piers Morgan interview and all of that stuff before the World Cup, it may not have distracted him, but it may have played a little bit of a part within his dressing room. And I think he's really struggling to play his new position. And I don't mean on the pitch. I mean just as a player that is on the decline and he's not the center of attention. He's not the focal point. He is not Portugal anymore. As in, up until now, the team had been built around him and everything was Ronaldo. I'm sure he didn't start after the second game, where he did score, by the way. Rafael Leao, he did score 2 goals. Ronaldo only scored 1. So I suppose technically he did outshine Ronaldo, although he didn't get a huge amount of game time. He made a lot of substitute appearances. I tell you who did stand out, who wasn't really on my radar before the World Cup, but Ramos looked like a good player, mate. But this one, I'm gonna give this one a strong 7 out of 10. I think this one, because I suppose technically, purely by the stats, Leao did outshine Ronaldo, and Ronaldo struggled to get back into the team. From the Bird, Japan makes it out of their group. Japan did in fact make it out of the group of death. And it was so weird. So they had Spain, Germany and Costa Rica in their group. And Japan beat Germany, they beat Spain and lost to Costa Rica. Like, random. But yeah, Japan were pretty good, to be fair. This one was 10 out of 10, innit? Like, you called it, spot on. Well done, the Bird 616. From James Trommans, Messi and Ronaldo can't be defined GOAT if they haven't won a World Cup. Argentina are champions. Messi is the GOAT. There's not much more to say about it. Ronaldo is a GOAT though. Like, I don't want to dismiss Ronaldo because he doesn't deserve to be dismissed. But Messi is the GOAT, and I kind of even still feel, even if France had beaten Argentina in that final, I still think he would be considered the GOAT. Messi dragged Argentina through that World Cup. He scored in every single stage of the competition. Like, the first player to ever do that as well, by the way. Yeah, he was different gravy. And the World Cup, I think, just cements it. This one, again, I can't really give it a score because he's not really making a prediction. But so yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10. Not because I think he's wrong. Well, no, I do think he's wrong a little bit because it's really difficult. And then if we're looking at, for example, the future GOAT debate between Haaland and Mbappe, like going by that logic, Haaland has already lost because Mbappe, for one, already has a World Cup. Two, he is in like a much superior national team. I mean, Norway weren't even at this World Cup. England's shirts are actually two of the best in the World Cup. Our fans just love to moan. What I would say is, though, is the home one has slightly grown on me a little bit since seeing England wear it, because they didn't even wear this away one. But I'm going to give this one like a 5 out of 10 because my opinion hasn't completely changed. There were definitely better kits. I mean, the other three up here, I would say, were probably better than the England ones. Chris's football shirt. Jude Bellingham to be England's standout player. I don't know how much of a hot take that was because we all know how quality Jude Bellingham is and was. And he took it to a different level in this World Cup. He was, along with Bukayo Saka, England's standout players. Yeah, Bellingham, like I did actually look at a few stats before coming on, and he had 16 tackles, he won 30 plus duels, he got 90% pass accuracy, he scored a goal, done an assist, and he was literally like an action man in that midfield for England. Against France, England actually won that midfield battle, and a lot of that was to do with Jude Bellingham. Yeah, Jude Bellingham was like instrumental in how England played. Chris's football shirts, you get a 10 out of... Actually, no, I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10 on this one. Not because you was wrong in any way, but I think anyone with half a brain who has ever seen Jude Bellingham play probably could have given you that. So I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10 for that one. Next, I'm going to put two together because they're both speaking about Wales. One's from James Oliver House, friend of the channel, been on the channel. He writes, Wales to finish top of their group, then get to the quarterfinals at least. Bell is one of the best players in the world and he'll prove it again in this tournament. This one from Macca Shirts, probably not even a hot take, but Wales bottom of the group. So we've got two very contrasting opinions. One is dead right and one is dead wrong. And sorry, James, you're dead wrong. Hold on, Macca's on this channel as well. He will be in the new year anyway. Keep your eyes peeled, right? That's a special video, actually. So yeah, Wales finished bottom. They lost to Iran. They lost to England as well. And obviously they drew with USA, so they picked up 1 point. Gareth Bale did get a goal. What is it? Wales' only goal of the tournament. James, sorry, 0. Macca, 10 out of 10, mate. Spain will go out in the group. This is from AFC 208. This was very nearly. Spain were out of this group for large portions of that final game. Spain were really indifferent in this World Cup. There were good moments. I enjoyed watching Pedri and Gavi. They were level on points with Germany. And I think that 7-0 opening win against Costa Rica is what actually got them out of the group. But they lost to Japan. And then they lost to Morocco on penalties, where Morocco just... I want to say parked the bus, but that sounds disrespectful. Morocco just outdone them tactically. And yeah, man. So this one, do you know what? I'll give you a full 10 for this. No, I'll give you a 7 for this, because even though they did get out of the group, they very nearly went out. This was nearly a good take. Hold tight Germany, by the way. You know, straight on Adidas as soon as they got knocked out. This one from my brother Double A. He's actually my brother Double A. What's up, my G? Go check out his channel. Yeah, Talking Kit. England won't get out of the group and Kane doesn't score a goal. Bruh. Have some faith, bruv. Kane only scored 1 goal. It was a good goal. I spoke about it before. But off the ball and in like link up and assist, I think he had about 3 assists, didn't he? Oh, no, he scored 2 goals. Sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, he scored the penalty against France as well. So he did score 2 goals. You got 2 assists. I think Kane playing pretty well. And while we're talking about Kane and that penalty, I feel sorry for him. Yes, I'm a gooner. Yes, I should hate him. But he's been playing with Hugo Lloris for the best part of 10 years. That's his club goalkeeper. And I remember when the first penalty, I was like, he's got to be good to beat Lloris. But I had no doubt. The second penalty, I was saying to the missus, I was like, listen, he's really got to be careful here. I'm like, he's got to go down the middle. I'm literally saying, Kane, you've got to go down the middle. Like, you've got to go down the middle. You've just got to blast it as hard as you can down the middle, down the middle, down the middle. Because, and if I know this, Lloris knows this, right? Harry Kane, from what my understanding is, every week he practices a penalty and he takes hundreds of them. So he'll just take hundreds, hitting them bottom left, top left, like all one side. He practices the same penalty. So if he gets a penalty in the game, he knows what he's doing. Like it's muscle memory at this point. And I'm sure Lloris knows this. So when Kane gets that first penalty and he puts it to the keeper's left, to his left, to the keeper's right, Lloris knows that the likelihood is that Kane's going to go for his muscle memory penalty, which is going to be that side. Kane knows that Lloris knows that he's probably going to go to that side. So Kane is thinking, this has to be like the most perfect and precise penalty to beat the keeper, right? And there was just way too much psychology going on, and just, I think any other goalkeeper, Kane scores, and he hits his penalty properly. But because he's shooting against Lloris, his club goalkeeper, I think he's just thinking about it too much. But I just remember thinking all of this at the time was like, he's got to go down the middle. As for you, Double A, England actually got to the quarterfinals. They lost to France. They were really unlucky. And you get a big, fat, stinking 0 for this one. But go check out his channel, man, because his channel's great. I'm going to link it up there. Next one. Another one of my bedrooms. Big up man like Zeke, Fresh Shirts UK. England get knocked out in the round of 16. We just spoke about England. You were off by 1. They got to the quarters. This one, I'm going to give you like a 3 out of 10 on that one, because 1 game difference. Qatar to make it to the quarterfinals. And that's not based on their ability, of course. So I am just going to have a little word on Qatar. Respect and condolences to every and any person that has lost their life in making this World Cup happen, and all of the human rights stuff that was going on in Qatar in the lead up to this World Cup. It's not right just so people can go and play football. And I don't want to go, but anyway, the football was fantastic. But from what I could see, the World Cup looked good. Qatar hosted really, really well. Like, everyone that I know that has been out there and everyone that I've seen, I've had nothing but really good things to say about the hospitality. Not a single English person was arrested in Qatar, which is the first time ever in history in a World Cup that England haven't had any crowd problems. That's probably to do with the lack of alcohol. And long may it continue, because I'm sick of going to different places in the world and having a reputation, because I'm British, that I'm going to smash shit up. But as for Qatar on the pitch, they were god-awful. They were trash. They were diabolical. Southgate gets treated too harshly. Yes, we've had a few bad results lately, and he's probably not an elite coach, but a semi-final, then a final is progress. Don't forget how bad we were before him. Judge him after the World Cup. It's after said World Cup, and we didn't even get as far as we got in the last World Cup. That said, I think this is the first time for as long as I can remember, England have gone up against an elite team, a team that's technically better than them or of the same level, and we actually looked like the better team. We actually competed properly with that team, and on another day, we probably go through. To a team that went to the final and took Argentina right down to penalties, by the way. Do I think he should get sacked? No. He's got a crop of players there that he is developing into like an England family, it almost feels like. Those players, I know we keep talking about, but there seems to be like a real team and a real buzz and energy around that squad. And Gareth seems to be an integral part of that as their manager. And I think he should get at least to the Euros. I'm going to rate that one from Mike's Iconic Shirts like a 6 out of 10, because I agree with you. Last but not least, this one's from Football Shirts Andy. Brazil have underachieved despite winning 2 World Cups in the last 50 years. And guess what? They stay underachieving. And they injured my brother Gabriel Jesus, bruv. Yeah? Arsenal Kitmanaman kicking it, yeah? Jesus is injured, he's out for a long time. I'm peed. Like, in flashes, they really did look really good, but ultimately, they lost to Croatia on pens. Croatia seem to be experts at just taking games to penalties and winning on penalty shootouts. Like, they've done it in the last World Cup. They've done it throughout this World Cup. Didn't they go to penalties in every single one of their knockout games in this World Cup? To give this one a rating, I'm going to give this one a rating of... Well, I suppose he's right, innit? So I'm going to give this one like an 8 out of 10. He's right. He didn't necessarily state that they was going to continue to underachieve, but I get that that's the tone in this World Cup. Considering they were favourites, they definitely underachieved. So yeah, this one's going to get an 8 out of 10. There you have it. There's me reviewing you guys' hot takes from social media. Hit a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification. And until next time, I've been Kitmanaman. Peace!